Hi, and welcome to another video by Jim the Car Guy. Today's project, we're going to be changing that tensioner assembly down inside there. As you can see, it's in a really tight spot. So we're going to change the tensioner and the idler pulley at the same time. And you can see the idler pulley is back in there. And that's it. So what we did first is we jacked up the vehicle, took off the right front wheel. We are going to remove this panel right inside here so we can gain access to the lower part of the crankshaft to get the belt off and on. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to come over here and we're going to disconnect the battery right there first. We're going to disconnect the battery so that we have no problem with the power. Next, we're going to come in and we're going to remove the alternator from the car because we need to get that tensioner assembly out through there. And of course, this engine mount is going to go too. We are going to jack up the engine using a floor jack. We're going to take the jack, put a piece of wood across the top right here, put it underneath the oil pan, and then bring it up slightly just to take the tension off of that upper mount. All right, so let's get in there and let's get started. Now, taking out these clips, you got to be very careful. You want to get behind it with a screwdriver, just like this, and you want to work it back and forth very easy because you don't want to snap these off because you're going to need to put these back in later on. So we're just going to come in here, we're going to work it back and forth until we get it to pull out just a little bit, and then we'll do the rest with our hands, just like this. Work it back and forth and it comes right off. We're going to do the exact same thing on the bottom, and then we have a little bit better access to the lower crankshaft. Okay, so as you can see, the cover is off. Gives us a little bit better room underneath here, and we put that off to the side. Next, we come underneath the bottom of the oil pan itself with a big piece of wood and a floor jack, and then we just lift up a little bit just to take the tension off of the top engine mount. You don't need to jack it up far, just to hold the engine up just a little bit. Okay, so let's go up top and let's disconnect that engine mount. Okay, next thing we're going to do is we're going to disconnect the engine mount itself. We're going to disconnect this bolt, this bolt, this bolt, and of course that little 10 millimeter there. This one, I believe, is a 19 millimeter, and this is a 19 millimeter, but I believe this one is an 18 millimeter. So we're going to take all of these out, and then we're going to pull this mount out of the way so we have better access to that drive belt. Okay, 19 millimeter out, other 19 millimeter. These were very tight, I might add. All right, that's out. Now the next one over here, this actually is a 17 millimeter, just so you know. And we loosened that up as well. All right, so now we're going to take all those bolts out, including that 10 millimeter that you see right here. We broke this one loose already. Take this one out as well. Now, if the engine starts to drop down while you're lifting it up, of course, you can put more tension on it then. Just jack it up just a little bit more. Take out this one, and take out this one. And now we're going to put this over this way, and our mount is ready to come off, and it opens it up a little bit nicer in there so you can get in there. All right, let's continue. Before we go any further over here with the drive belt tensioner and alternator, we're going to come over here and we're going to disconnect our negative terminal from the vehicle itself. So we just loosen up that screw and then take this and pull it off. When you have this off, make sure you just don't leave it here because it may just slide over and touch into it again and energize the whole system. So make sure you put it off to the side, away, so that nothing is gonna cause it to fall back and accidentally touch that. Okay, I know it's a little difficult to see, but let me explain to you what I'm gonna do. This is the water pump right here. Before we take off that drive belt right there, we're gonna break loose all of these bolts on the water pump. Now these bolts here are 12 millimeters, just so you know. So we're going to break these loose before we take off the drive belt because it'll be just a little bit easier. All right, so let's give it a try and see how it works. As you can see, the whole thing is turning not going to work so good. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to come in here with a screwdriver, and we're going to put a screwdriver in here, and we're going to wedge it between this bolt and this bolt to keep it from rotating. I'm not going to be able to film it because it's really a tight spot, as you can imagine. All right, so we're going to take and loosen up one bolt, but we're going to use the screwdriver to hold these two here so that they don't rotate. All right, so let me do that, and then we'll come right back. I just want to mention this to you too. Do not remove the bolts all the way. Just one turn out because the drive belt is still on there. You just want to crack them loose for now. Okay, next we came in here with our 19mm wrench. We put it on this tensioner right here. We released the tension on it, and we disconnected the belt. Now, before you disconnect the belt, make sure you have a routing so you know how to put it back on. And, of course, you can get it online or just take a picture of your particular car. All right, let's take this belt out, and then we're going to take this alternator out. Next, being that we already loosened up the bolts up here, we can now take these bolts out that hold the pulley onto the water pump. Make sure you know which bolts go back where. Very important. Will come off. It may not come out, but it will move out of the way so we can gain access up top. All right, so let's go back up top. Okay, next we're going to come down on the alternator. We're going to pull off this wiring harness right here. And the way you do that is you just push this back a little bit and it pops right out. This piece right here, push it back and it pops out. This one here, the same thing. You squeeze it and you pull it and it pulls right off. You're just squeezing this tab in right here. This one here was the exact same thing. Push it in, squeeze the tab, take it off. This one is a 10mm. So we're going to loosen up that 10mm bolt there. And we're going to disconnect this bolt right here because the air conditioning line connects up to it as well. Okay, next we took out the 12mm bolt here and the 12mm bolt down below, loosened up the alternator, and now we're ready to take out the alternator from the car. Don't just yank it. Make sure nothing else is holding it in place. We're going to disconnect another wire that's going down to the bottom, right down there, and then we'll pull it out. And now that we have the alternator out, we can get the pulley out as well. It's a tight squeeze, but it does come out. Okay, we'll put this off to the side for now, and now it opens it up quite a bit down there. All right, so next we're going to come down and we're going to disconnect that. Where is it? Right over here is a 12mm bolt holding that tensioner assembly on, and we're going to disconnect the bolt on the bottom. So let's do that. Okay, I just want to give you a word of advice before you go any further. You see this bolt right in here? That's an Allen key. You want to make sure that all of the road debris is out of that. Now, when you put your Allen key in there, make sure that it goes in all the way. You don't want to get it partially in there and strip that bolt out, because if you do, you're going to have a real big problem. Make sure you have the correct size. I believe this is an 8mm. So we're going to take that, tap it in, and we're going to break that bolt loose right there. Okay, so that bolt is extremely tight, just so you know. As you can see, it's very close to the frame itself, so you may have trouble getting it in there, getting that Allen key in there. If you do have a problem, you're going to need to get a shorter Allen key. Just as I said before, make sure you do not strip it out. If you strip it, you're going to have a real big problem. So we just broke it loose, and now we'll take it out. I'm going to need two hands to get it out. But once I get it out, we're going to unscrew that bolt and pull it totally out. Okay, next we're going to come in here and we're going to take the tensioner itself and we're going to break loose the hydraulic portion of it. Again, that's 12mm. I don't have to remind you, when you're pushing on a ratchet, never push with a closed fist because you'll definitely destroy your knuckles. As you can see, I've had quite a few knuckle injuries over the years myself, so be careful. Always push with an open fist, and that way you avoid destroying your knuckles. All right, we'll take that last bolt out. Okay, it's out. Now our tensioner assembly should come out. Let's try to maneuver it and get it out of there. Don't have a faucet. Make sure you work it out. Remember how you took it out, because that's the way you're going to need to put it back in. All right, so here we go. There's our tensioner assembly. Now, just so you know, I'm going to be replacing this idler pulley right here. This was making a little bit of a noise, so we have it apart. We're going to change that. We're going to come on here with a 14mm wrench right here, and we're going to break it loose, and we'll pull that pulley off. So let me do that. Now, as you can see, that's in the tight spot up there. We cannot get in there with the regular ratchet, and we need the leverage to break it loose. If you need additional leverage to break it loose, which you probably will, you put your 14mm on the bolt itself, put another wrench on it like that to increase the leverage, and then you can break it loose. And then once you break it loose, we just unscrew it. Of course, don't lose the bolt. You know you're going to need it again. Okay, pull this out. Let's take that down. And then we'll just pull this out. Just like that. Let's grab a new one and put it back together. Okay, so now before we start putting it back together, you want to line it up and make sure that everything lines up exactly as it's supposed to. As you can see, this one looks actually perfect, so we're in good shape. Now, the other pulley, I did match it up against the old one that came off. Is the old one that came off. I did match it up to make sure that that was okay, and we're going to put that one back in as well. All right, and basically what you're going to do now is you're just going to reverse the procedure you did for taking it apart, and we'll put it back there. Let me just show you how to get this back in there, and then we'll be all done. I just want to point this out to you. If by chance you were changing the water pump right now, it's only a matter of like maybe 6 bolts in here to hold the water pump in place, and then you can remove the water pump from the car and change it if you need to. In this case, we're not going to change it because it doesn't need it. All right, but that's what you would do. Just loosen up this bolt, and this bolt, and around the back a few bolts, and then the water pump comes right out. All right, now put the new tensioner back in. It's a little bit tricky to get it in there, and the way you do it, I'm going to try to do this one-handed. The way you get it back in there is you take it like this, okay? So you basically get it in here like this. You slide it in through the top right here, then you grab that tensioner assembly right there, pull it up, and you come around the water pump just like it is. And now we're just going to reverse the procedure, catch that bolt down the bottom first, make sure it's tight. Then we'll catch the tensioner in here, make sure that's tight, and then reverse the entire procedure and put it back together. Okay, we got the water pump pulley back in place down there. You can see it's in the location. We held it in place, and we securely screwed in the 3 screws to hold it in place. We didn't tighten them yet. We just have them snugged in there. And then now we'll come in and we're going to put the alternator back in the car. Okay, alternator's back on. We actually have the plug. Okay, alternator's put back on. We have our 10mm bolt right here, the power lead connected up. We plugged in the plug in the back over here. We connected it up to the bracket here. We attach these where they belong so that way they don't fall up against the catalytic converter and melt. We reattached the air conditioning line to this bracket here, and then we put the belt on. We stretched the belt all the way around, and the last piece that we put on was right here. It slid back onto the tensioner bracket last. We did not try to put it on the pulleys down here because these pulleys, you need to pull the belt further to get it on, where here you can just slide it onto the flat part of the tensioner itself. All right, and that's it. That's tight. Just so you know, we did tighten up those 3 bolts on the water pump, and that's totally finished now. We're next going to put our lower part of the mount back in, which we removed so we could gain access to this tensioner assembly here. It was just 3 bolts, and we took it out. Now we're going to put it back in, and we're going to reconnect our mount on the top here. Before we close this up, just make sure that your belt is on all the grooves exactly as it's supposed to be. Make sure it's on all of them and it fits in perfectly as it does here, especially on the water pump down below. It's hard to see, but if you come under here and you come in this side over here, you'll have a better view to make sure the belt is on the lower crankshaft the way it's supposed to be. Okay, so now we have our upper part of the mount on. Bolts are both tight, all three of them actually. The two 19s and the 17 is tight. We put our lower mount back in as well, and those are 15 millimeters. When we tighten those up, we lowered the engine down off the jack, and now it's just supported by just the engine mount itself. All right, now we're going to look around, make sure everything is connected up the way it's supposed to be. Then we're going to reconnect our battery, and then we're going to fire it up, and it should be all finished. I hope my video was helpful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.